from ShoreTown Ballpark here in Lakewood, New Jersey. The Lighthouse Sports Network, in conjunction with the Garden State Athletic Network and the NFHS Network, presents Shore Conference Baseball. As today we had the Wall Township Crimson Knights with a record of 17-7, are up against the Brick Township Green Dragons with a record of 7-17. Hello, I'm Glenn Perry, and joining me today is Greg Cardone, and we got another game here at ShoreTown Ballpark. Is our second game in 3 days here, so it's always great to be here in this fine facility.
Yes, for sure. Thanks, Glenn. Yeah, It's awesome to be here this evening. It's Memorial Day weekend, so you're kicking off your summer. You get a little high school baseball on a Friday night. Unfortunately, we don't have the weather to cooperate, but it's not raining, and we'll get after it and see a couple of short teams get after it.
Far cry from 2 days ago, we were at a 90-degree level, and we saw the precipitous temperature drop during the game, and now we're 57 degrees now. So
there you go. Right. So a little cooler, for late spring baseball, but the kids have got to be excited to be here. It looks like the crowd's filling in just a little bit here. Obviously, great facility, as you mentioned, and it's got to be exciting. Both teams are winding down their seasons, but looking forward to a good ball game here tonight.
Yeah, well, Wall, they're more of a higher seed, obviously, in their bracket in Central 2. Where they're a 4 seed, so they're in a good spot right now.
For sure. They're coming in with high expectations. They had a little bit of a lull middle of the year, like late April, lost 5 of 6. But now they've ripped off 9 of 10, but their only blemish against Toms River East a week ago with a 3-2 loss. And Brick comes in, hey, listen, they got a little 2-game mini streak, 2-game mini winning streak, and they're going to take that momentum and try to knock off a rival here in Wall Township. So should be a good game. And I think we're going to be set up for probably a low-scoring game, I may think, just by the wind blowing in. So we shall see.
Yep, and actually Brick Township did make the postseason. They're in Central 3. They're the 14th seed. They actually go to Brook Memorial, so they don't have to travel. There you go.
Well, there you go. And you talk about rivalry versus rivalry. I mean, that's getting after it. So, hey, you might as well play a tough team in Wall. Try to get all your ducks in a row and get ready for the state championships,
And, by the way, Wall will be hosting Ocean Township in the opening round. So
there you go. Yeah, so they're keeping it all right here in, Monmouth and Ocean County,
yes.
The way it should be. So.
All right. Both teams, it's sort of like a senior day, a little special occasion because they're here at ShoreTown Ballpark. But obviously, I think they got maybe one more regular season game before the postseason. So, it's a great family affair. They saw with Brick Township, the parents coming in and be introducing the seniors as well.
Yeah, and they have a senior in Braden Heater. He is their shortstop this evening, and he's a 4-year player. He gets a single or a double or any type of hit tonight, he's going to have 100 hits for his career. So look for that for Braden Heater, as he is on a heater, hitting .390 on the year. So he's someone to look out for there. On the Wall side, we have Mr. Frank Seuss, DH tonight. He comes in with a little pop here, 2 home runs, 20 RBIs with a .338 batting average coming in. So a couple of key players to look at here and then see if the pitchers can shut these kids down.
Yes, and talking about Wall, Nick Plavier, he's going to be a tough one to deal with for the Green Dragons tonight. I mean, his ERA's is under 2.
Yeah, I believe it comes in at 1.79. Yes. So you're talking about minuscule ERA. They're going to, the Bricks have to play a little small ball and get some runners on and create some havoc on the base pass, try to sneak a run or two. And then hopefully on their side, they get the pitching from, I believe, Zach Martin's on the hill tonight. Yep. He is a workhorse. I think he's 3rd on the team in pitches. So they like to go to him. He almost has a strikeout per inning situation here where he's pitched 17 innings with 19 strikeouts. So he's got the strikeout in his game, and we'll see if he can do that to the Wall Township Crimson Knights.
All right. Well, I guess the umpires are looking at the lineups right now for both teams. Yep. As a matter of fact, I can run through the lineups right now for Wall. Batting first, second baseman number 2. It is Cannon Struble. Batting second, the first baseman number 23, Christian Suarez. Batting third, the left fielder number 14, John Catania. Batting fourth, the DH number 16, Frank Seuss. Batting fifth, the catcher number 15, Will Haig. Batting sixth, the third baseman number 10, it is Shane Ludwig. Batting seventh, seventh as mentioned, center fielder number 5, Jack Murphy. Batting eighth, the shortstop number 4, Austin Haar. And batting ninth, the right fielder, number 31, David Haar. So it looks like they have introductions here for Wall. Right now, as we speak, they're going to be wearing the crimson jerseys with white pants and white numbers. Brooke will be wearing the white jerseys with green numbers.
Yeah, both uniforms look like they're popping up here. It looks nice.
Looks snazzy, yes.
Yeah, it really does.
Grounds crew did a nice job pregame.
There you go. Had a little bit of a rain here last night, or yesterday, I guess, and into this evening, but it's not a high school field, so you know they're going to be taken care of for sure. But Wall's got a lot of consistency throughout that lineup that you just read. I mean, they come in with a 292 batting average as a team, so they're going to spread that along the way. Obviously, Brick has struggled on the offensive side of things. I believe they come in just under 230. I believe it's a 227 batting average as a team. So obviously they've struggled on the offensive end, and they're going to have to try to hold down this Wall team that's hitting close to 300 as a team.
And there's the rest of the Wall Township Crimson Knights coming out, the reserves. Now leave introductions here for Brick.
It's kind of cool, right, for the kids, get their name heard over the big loudspeaker.
Yeah, absolutely. Now probably the national anthem here. All right, we'll get the defensive alignment here for the Green Dragons. Over at first base is Joe Martucci. The second baseman is Giovanni Ortega. Over at short is Braden Heater. Playing third base is Gavin Majors. Over in left is Matthew Goodfellow. Playing center is John Arenda. And over and right is Austin Jaycox. The catcher is Taylor Kavanaugh, and on the mound for Brick, it is Zach Martin. Slight breeze coming in from right center field, so wind's blowing in a little bit.
Without a doubt.
Yeah, not as windy as 2 days ago. But
Yeah, I mean it was blowing out too, and then it got all crazy. And Dean, our cameraman out there, he's gonna have to deal with that our Lighthouse banner flipping up, and here it goes again.
Yeah, almost. But don't worry, he's gonna be flipping it back over.
He really is. There he goes.
There it is, right there.
He's gonna have a little fun with that. And obviously, people are bundled up. I saw one gentleman out there with shorts and T-shirts, so he's like, heck with this. It's Memorial Day weekend. I'm just going to go with what the calendar's supposed to do. But most of the folks are bundled up as if it's an early April game, and it kind of has that chill and has that flavor. Or if you want to go the opposite, the October feel, right? But
yes,
we're getting ready for a great summer here in the Jersey Shore. And like I said earlier, it's nice to kick it off with a Friday night baseball game. Talking about Brick coming in, with a 2-game winning streak. They have trouble holding down some of these lineups. A lot of double-digit losses, but last couple games they just on Wednesday at Franklin, a 6-2 victory, and then the day before at Barnegat with an 8-3 victory. So last couple days, the pitching and the defense obviously been on par to win a baseball game.
All right, so Cannon Struble will step in. Left-handed batter against Zach Martin.
Zach Martin, thinking of the offensive guard for the Dallas Cowboys every time I hear that name.
Yes. Here comes the first pitch from Zach Martin. And that is in there for strike, 0-1.
Got some energy in the building here.
Yes.
And what a way to start a game.
Yep.
First pitch strike.
Yep. That one's low. Gets by catcher Kavanaugh, but nobody's on base, so no worries there.
Yeah, just like we were here the other day on Wednesday. Some of the high school fields are a little bit short in the back, and sometimes you can't advance the base on a pass ball or wild pitch, but you can certainly do that here.
Yeah, plenty of space behind the plate. And that one's low as well. 2-1. So, yeah, if you go towards the foul poles, that's where it becomes limited. Symmetrical ballpark, 325 down the lines. I think it's around 370, 375 in the power alleys and 400 to dead center.
Yeah, it's like the old symmetric ballparks back in the 70s and 80s, right?
Yeah, the old cookie cutter stadium.
The old cookie cutters, right? Think about Three Rivers and Riverfront, all those stadiums, yeah.
The Vet, yeah. And, St. Louis Busch Stadium, yep.
Struble, the senior, coming in, 5 for 10 on the season.
Yep. So, a walk there, leadoff walk there for Struble. I'll bring up Christian Suarez.
I think we're going to see, like we saw the other night, a lot of players getting into the game. I think just to take advantage of this venue, kind of celebrate the season, if you will, especially a lot of the seniors. This is another senior here.
Now the lefty batter as well. Swinging at strike one. And we'll see if Struble will try to steal second here.
Yeah, I like the lefty Suarez coming out hacking there in the first pitch. He's 3 for 17 on the season.
Grounder foul. Makes it 0-2. Quickly there to Suarez.
Tall and lanky fellow, this Mr. Suarez.
Yeah.
And reminds me of like a Kevin Moss's line batting stance. the kind of the 1 year wonder with the Yankees, right? Back in the day.
Yeah, he's right over the plate too. He's right.
Yeah.
Fake there to first. Didn't throw, didn't fake the throw, so it would not have been a balk.
Correct.
And that one in the dirt gets by Kavanaugh, and over to second is Struble on the wild pitch.
Yeah, struggling a little bit with the consistency here. Looks like he's going mostly fastballs, trying to find his way here in the top of the first.
1-2 count here. And a line drive to left. Goodfellow there makes the catch. Good positioning there.
Perfect positioning. He's shallow left center. Suarez struck the ball very well. Nice line drive, and he's not rewarded as Goodfellow's right there for the easy catch.
Yeah, you're going to see these outfielders play in because of the wind. So John Catania batting now. Catania batting .308 on the year. Does have 2 homers, 13 runs batted in.
Yeah, Catania, another senior for Wall Township here. He's a 3-year player with a career .326 batting average, so he's had a nice career here as the season comes to a close before they get to the state championships, of course.
Outside corner, strike one. Good pitch there from Martin.
I believe that was his first off-speed pitch, and good time to show it to the number 3 hitter, especially a righty versus righty as well.
Fly ball to left. Goodfellow going back, and he makes the catch. 2 away.
All right, so they're working out Goodfellow on the line drive where he came in and snared that, and he went back pretty nice on that, and that ball was driven pretty deep with that, wind. You think about it, he got a hold of that pretty good, but Goodfellow made it look easy, and they got 2 outs here and trying to get out of this inning.
So Frank Seuss steps in to DH. Batting .338 on the year. Just have 2 home runs, 20 runs batted in. Lights have turned on here.
There we go.
There goes the runner, Struble, stolen base. The pitcher's low for a ball.
Interesting steal of third there with 2 outs, right? He's already in scoring position. He had to get a good jump. If not, you get thrown out of third. Ooh, baby.
Yeah, that's.
They got the kangaroo court waiting for you to go, hey, man, can't make that first and third out at third base. You're already in scoring position.
And ground ball up the middle, base hit. In comes Struble, so an RBI single for Frank Seuss. And Wall takes an early 1-0 lead.
There you go. Didn't matter anyway. Seuss right up the middle. Gets Wall Township out to a 1-0 lead. Going back to Seuss, that's his 43rd RBI in his career. So had a heck of a career here as a senior DH.
In steps Will Haig. Haig batting .311 on the year. Does have 17 runs batted in. Ball 1.
Yeah, we talked at the top. They have some consistency throughout the order. Almost a 300 team batting average, and right now they're showing that off.
Pitch is inside, 2-0.
Glenn, anyone that watches baseball, right? I mean, those 2-out hits are killer when you're on defense, and they lift up the team that scores there because you're almost out of the inning. You're almost getting the shutout and come to hit, but lo and behold, you're down 1-0.
Martin steps off the rubber. In the dirt, good block there by Kavanaugh. That counts 3-0.
Playing Haig straight away pretty much.
Called strike 3-1.
Looked like he had the green light there. It looked like he was trying to pull the trigger, but The pitch kind of looked like on the inside corner there and kind of like locked him up, but he's still ahead here, 3-1. Still could look dead red and do some damage here.
Line drive foul, hits the netting above the wall dugout. Sells a full count.
There you go. Yeah, Martin, obviously his fastball is looking pretty good there. 3-1. If you're looking dead red and you're able to get the batter to hit it over to the, basically over the first base dugout, your fastball's got some giddy up. Sue should be off here, 3-2.
And there he goes. And outside for ball 4. That'll bring up Shane Ludwig. Ludwig, limited at bats, batting 200 on the year. Now we got a courtesy runner. So I'll give you the courtesy runner for Wall. It is Jack Duffy.
Yeah, the other thing these 2-out hits do, and that there, a 2-out walk on a full count, drives that pitch count up, and that, it depends on, I don't know what's available for Brick Township as far as pitching, but that, had a couple games this week that can really thin out your bullpen on the back end.
Fouled back.
So far, all seniors, I believe, in the starting lineup, right? Is that, I think, what I'm seeing pretty much?
Yeah, so senior lead in the lineup, yes, yep.
Some of the kids that maybe don't get as many at bats sort of here, like Ludwig, but he's going to take a shot here with 2 outs.
That one's in there, strike 2, good pitch there for Martin.
And they just shaded the center fielder. He was straight up. They got his attention. They were trying to get the attention, and they really moved him over to the right center here in the last 2 pitches.
Yeah, look at Renda. He's all the way over, basically the right center. And that's in there, called strike 3. So good inning here for Wall. 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left. So half inning complete here at ShoreTown Ballpark here in Lakewood. It is Wall 1 and Brook Memorial coming to bat. Brick Township coming to bat. All right, we'll give you the lineups here for Brick. Leading off, shortstop number 10, it is Braden Heater. Batting second, the pitcher number 12, Zach Martin. Batting third, the DH number 13, it is James Donahue. Batting fourth, the catcher number 19, Taylor Cavanaugh. Batting fifth, the left fielder number 6, Matthew Goodfellow. Batting sixth, the first baseman number 40, Joe Martucci. Batting seventh, the center fielder number 31, John Renda. Batting eighth, the third baseman number 20, Gavin Majors. And batting ninth, the right fielder number 4, it is Austin Jaycox. Now the defensive alignment here for Wall. First baseman is Christian Suarez. Playing second, Cannon Struble. Playing shortstop, Austin Hard. Over at third, it is Shane Ludwig. Over in left, it is John Catania. Playing center is Jack Murphy, and over in right is David Haar. Catching is Will Haig, and on the mound for Wall, it is Nick Plavier.
Probably not who they wanted to see on this mound this evening. Like you said at the top, he's a tough left-hander. 1.79 ERA, 3-3 on the season.
Talk about no run support, huh?
Yeah, exactly. I think he leads the team in innings and pitches and everything. So he's their guy. He comes in with the 42 strikeouts at 47 innings. So it's going to be a tough haul for them, but you're going to give it a go.
Yep, 13 walks, 42 strikeouts. So Braden Heater steps in. Heater batting .390 on the year. That's 4 homers and 19 runs batted in. So good numbers for the leadoff man. That
Yeah.
one low in there, ball one.
Yeah, he's definitely their guy. We mentioned at the top, 4-year player, 356 career batting average, 8 home runs, 60 RBIs. He is one little hit away from 100 in his career. Let's see if he can get it right here.
There's a lefty pitch, up and in. 2-0 there on heater.
It's funny. I remember playing high school ball, and I never liked facing lefties because you just didn't see them anywhere. You know, you just didn't see them. You didn't have a BP pitcher to help you out there, and it just came in a little strange.
Yes, especially in Little League. Yeah,
Yeah.
You rarely had any lefties.
Really did, yeah.
It's different, I can tell you that.
Yeah.
3-0 to count. Ooh, swinging 3-0 there.
Love it. I mean, I know he's probably your best player, best offensive player, but hey, man, just as easy to get on with a walk and steal some bases, you know? Actually, if he does get on, he has 6 stolen bases, so he's got some wheels too.
There's the 3-1 now, and ball 4. So walk, little walk, just like we saw on the top of the first.
Yeah. Hey, he was just trying to drive the pitch count up, that's all.
Yeah, got to do something.
He's swinging on that 3-0.
I'll bring up Zach Martin. Batting 367 on the year. Does have a home run with 10 runs batted in. That one's low.
Zach, go ahead.
We'll keep an eye on Eater there. See if he steals.
Zach Martin, main cog in their lineup as well. 3-year player, 338 career hitter. So they got this 1-2 punch here at the top.
Up and away. So early on, Plavier's struggling a little bit here with his control.
Yeah, who knows? You know, you just sometimes you get this big surrounding. You got maybe a little bit more butterflies going, and see if he can settle down quicker than he wants to here. Right, let's go.
Yeah, it's in there for a strike. Different mound too.
All that stuff, man.
Yep.
Yeah. Playing straight away here on Martin.
Over to first on the pickoff play, but standing in there is Heater at first base. 3-1 now to Martin. Outside ball 4, so back-to-back walks.
Yeah, it looks like he's really staying away those first 2 hitters and trying to have them use their aggressiveness and go after something maybe a little bit off the plate. And now he's 2 runners on with no outs. He's going to have to start coming at the 3-hitter here.
I'll bring up James Donahue, the DH. Donahue batting 186. Does have a homer with 12 runs batted in. Outside corner, strike 1.
Yeah, it looks like he's had a little bit of a tough season, 13 for 70 on the season, but he has a 267 career hitter for Brick. It's a big spot for him here.
Swing and miss, strike 2.
I think he helped him out there too.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little aggressive, went outside the zone, and that's where Plavier's kind of been sitting, right? Just outside the corner there, and Donahue took the bait.
This time, Donahue holds 1-2.
That's the old, hey, I'm just going to go out a little bit further. Let's see if Donahue goes out fishing a little bit more there, yeah.
Tom Glavine lived off.
There you go, exactly. Oh, yeah.
That one goes inside, but it's 2-2 now.
It's funny, you bring up Glavine, and now because these guys don't go deep in the game, I feel like you lose that craftiness, especially the old lefty. Just these guys are like throwing 100 miles an hour, and it's just like, all right, 6 innings, get me out. Glavin would pitch so many complete games, you know?
Yes. There go the runners. Line drive in the left center field. That's going to fall in front of Catania. Scoring there is Heater. And going over to third is Martin. And with an RBI double, it is James Donahue. And we're all tied up at 1.
How about that? That's what you do, right? Start the runners, get aggressive, leaves a pitch up in the zone, and Donahue basically just tomahawks it into left center. And with the runners going, that was an easy run to get. And I like the idea of holding him at third. It probably would have been a bang play, but now you got your 4, 5, 6 hitters coming up with no outs and put the pressure on Wall.
Certainly have early on because we already have a conference here for Wall.
Yeah, he might have been going to talk to him anyway with the first 2 walks, but now with the hit on top of it, he's got to settle his ace down.
Well, I'll bring up Taylor Cavanaugh. Cavanaugh in the year batting .203. Does have 2 homers. So 2 runners in scoring position. Still nobody out here for Brick.
Yeah, I like what Wall's doing. They just need to get an out. So they're not bringing the infield in. They're trying to stay away from that big inning. And they'll trade a run for an out right now.
Outside, ball 1. I don't anticipate any squeeze play here.
No, not with that.
Yeah. Cavanaugh doesn't look like the crafty bunter there.
Although he could push one down first and probably walk to first base and get a run. But Plavier, I mean, he's really struggling. A lot of his pitches are off the plate.
Yeah, so outside, you're right. Time called.
Yeah, it just seems, just doesn't seem comfortable right now, you know?
Mm-hmm. Grounder foul.
Just looking around the outfield, left fielder looks a little deeper than center and right fielders. You mentioned the wind coming in, so you got to play a little shallow, and obviously a big ballpark. You know, it's not your normal high school field, so it's kind of hard to gauge where to set up as the outfielder. You know?
Yes. And look how shallow Murphy's playing in center, and even in right with David Haar. Now, that pitch stays high, 2-1. I know Plavier probably wanted that pitch, but it looked high. And when you pitch in the strike zone, you're not going to get the friendly call.
It's amazing it happens that way, isn't it? It's kind of crazy. And Plavier, who's struggling right now, is like looking for any help from the umpire. He's shaking off a lot of pitches right now.
2-1, swing and miss, strike 2.
He just reared back and said, all right, here it is. Here's the number 1. Deal with this.
I'm be surprised he goes with it again.
And Cavanaugh, I don't know if kids choke up anymore, just put it in play and sacrifice an out for a run, but that's all he's got to do. Put it in play, get a ground ball, and you're going to get a run.
Fly ball, shallow. Austin Hart, a shortstop, makes the catch, and everybody stays.
Great pitch by Plavier. Off speed. He had Cavanaugh obviously out in front, just kind of popped it up to short left, and that's a big out for Wall right there. You know, if they have any intentions of getting out of this inning, just 1-1, they're going to have to get 3 outs without giving up a run. So that's the first of 3.
Matthew Goodfellow steps in, batting 169 a year. 5 runs batted in.
Goodfellow made his impression on this game with 2 nice plays in left field. So let's see if he can come through with a big 2-run hit here with 1 out.
And that hits the outside corner, strike 1.
There was your safety squeeze.
Yes.
A lot of I was looking, I love it. You see the runner coming down third, and the third baseman was crashing, so.
Well, the corner infielders are playing in. There's the missed bunt attempt there on squeeze attempt. Oh,
yeah. It's definitely a safety squeeze because if it's suicide, the runner's not stopping, but they're looking for him to get it down. And he's coming down the line. He's kind of following the third baseman, and hopefully if Goodfellow gets it down, Martin would be able to just kind of walk in, but couldn't get the bunt down. Let's see if they keep it on.
Yep, Suarez and Ludwig are back now.
They could keep it on to, get this.
Be risky. Now, called strike 3. Good pitch there from Plavir. He finally found that outside corner. Good movement on those breaking pitches.
Yeah, I thought maybe, with the 2 strikes, obviously you don't want to, foul it off and strike yourself out there. But sometimes it's like that's the best play, right? And especially with the off speed, he probably could have gotten that down. But now they need a big 2-out hit.
Yeah, Martucci steps in with 192 batting average. Line drive in the left, caught there by Catania, and that will do it for Brick. They do score 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left. So 1 inning complete here at ShoreTown Ballpark here in Lakewood. It is 1-1 between the Wall and Brick. We'll take a timeout here on the Lighthouse Sports Network. All right, we're back. 1-1 is their score. You're just talking to Brick did tie it up, but they missed a big opportunity to score at least 1 or even 2 runs.
Yeah, and we've given them the lead and given them even more momentum than they did. I mean, obviously they got the tying run, but you mentioned Tom Glavine. You think about an ace on the hill. It's always that first inning. They had him on the ropes, and if you can get him then, you might be able to, steal a win. But now, it's the old adage. He's going to settle down. He's into the game now, and let's see if they've missed a big opportunity there.
Jack Murphy steps in. That one's a little up and in, 1-0.
I like this Zach Martin. He's just coming with mostly fastballs, and he's got a good one right now.
That one in the dirt, 2-0.
Jack Murphy, the center fielder, also a senior, so obviously they're kind of using this as their senior day, if you will, and plugging in kids that we're looking at the stat sheet here. Not a lot of at-bats.
Pitch stays high, 3-0.
So both teams had the leadoff walk, and both runners came around to score, and that's like since the beginning of baseball, that seems to be the killer, right? The leadoff walk.
Yes. And there's your leadoff walk there.
I walked you right into that one, Glenn.
Yeah, absolutely. Walked into the trap.
There you go, exactly.
I'm going to bring up Austin Haar. Austin Haar batting .204, does have 2 homers and 14 runs batted in. Throw to first. Diving in is Murphy.
So you got that leadoff walk. You got the bottom of the order up. You could do a lot of different things. You could do a little straight steal, a little hit and run, little, bunt them over. So let's see what they decide to do here.
There goes the runner. Murphy called strike over to second, not in time. Stolen base there for Murphy.
Got a nice jump. Catcher, got it down there, on the fly, but just not in time. And that can happen for sure. Second stolen base of the year for Jack Murphy.
And a little blooper, gets by Ortega over his glove. Murphy rounding third, they're going to wave him. For the plate, not in time. So an RBI single there for Austin Haar, and Wall retakes the lead, 2-1.
What a crazy play. The thing was like a fish job, if you will, just over the second baseman Ortega's outstretched arms. Murphy could have been doubled up. It falls in, he ends up scoring. So just, the old game of inches, and that really was. That showed right there.
Stepping in now is David Haar. Batting 204 in the air, throw to first, not in time. Lefty batter here against Martin. That one stays high, 1-0.
Sometimes in baseball you just need some luck too, right? It's just a hair over Ortega's outstretched glove, and he snares that. They have one out and possibly even the double play to really set themselves up, but now they got to scramble here.
Stays outside, 2-0.
And again, just before when Murphy was at first, you kind of have everything you want here. You got the number 9 hitter up. You could do whatever you need, straight steal, little sacrifice, hit and run. You could be aggressive right now.
Thrower to first. Back in safely is Austin Haar. I'm thinking of the basketball player, Austin Carr.
Yeah, that's right.
That one's in there for a strike.
He definitely has some giddy up on that fastball.
Another throw over to first. Getting back is Austin Haar. Let's see if his brother David can drive him in, even though Austin's at first. Good block there by Kavanaugh, but the count is now 3-1.
It's crazy. I like what Martin's doing here, right? The first, when Murphy was over there, I think he threw over there once and didn't really pay attention. He got the stolen base. Now, I think he's thrown over like 3 times. He's keeping him close. But what happens, he's losing his concentration on the batter, and lo and behold, it's 3-1. So he's putting himself in a big pickle here.
And that stays outside, ball 4. Martin's already had 4 walks in the game so far, so that's not a good sign right now. But he's throwing hard, but as you said, I think he's concentrating too much on the runners on base.
Yes, for sure. He's just concerning himself with that, which he has to. But now they've turned the lineup over at the top of the order, so they've got a second time to take a look at Martin here.
Yep. Cannon Struble steps in. He walked and scored in the first inning. Little bunt, and that'll go foul.
Well, I don't think Brick was ready for that. I mean, that would have been a walk-in single right there, and that would have loaded the bases up. So they're very fortunate that ball started off foul and stayed foul.
Yeah, Gavin Majors is playing back, so he's not expecting a bunt.
No, you figure you got your leadoff hitter and first and second with no outs. You figure you're going to take a shot out of here.
Feel the wind a little bit here. Time called.
You mentioned the 4 walks with Martin. He has 17 in 17 innings, so 1 per inning, which is, that's tough to deal with, but now it's getting up there.
Throw over to second. Nobody's covering. Goes into center field, but staying at second is Austin Haar. Nobody really covered the bag on the pickoff play.
Yeah, and it sailed into center field, and it looked like a set play almost. Like,
yes.
Get the runner to think that it's a wild throw, but the center field is right there. John Renner's right there to snare and keep the runners at bay. They're really worried about the running game right now, aren't they?
Yes. Another bunt attempt, and that stays low for a ball, 1-1.
I wasn't sure if Struble got the bat back in time, but umpire says no. Although he squared, he got it back in time where it wasn't a strike.
Another bunt attempt, foul.
There was no wheel in motion there. The third baseman was staying put and hoping if the ball went to Martucci at first, that was their only shot to get the force out at third base. But otherwise, Vecco's down third base again. That's a base hit. But now you figure 2 strikes. He's going to hack away here.
1-2 coming here to Struble. Good block again by Cavanaugh. He's been pretty busy blocking pitches right now.
Yeah, he's doing a heck of a job back there.
Yeah.
It seems like every batter's dealing with pitches in the dirt. And looking at this outfield alignment, I'm a little shocked. Straightaway and left, a little shaded to right, and deep in right field. So in the center field, Arenda is shallow in right center.
And a balk? Yeah. Yes, so. Didn't see what happened there. It looks like Martin did something on the mound. That came out of nowhere.
Yeah, unfortunately, the balks always do. You're looking around like I was just looking at the outfield, you're thinking there's nothing going on, but he did something, and I'm with you. I didn't catch it. I had my head in the book too. So.
Yeah, it might have been a twitch. Dean might have mentioned that.
Okay.
And called strike 3.
Wow, big strikeout for Martin. He was putting himself in real danger, loading the bases up for Suarez here. And now the infield is in with the 1 out and trying to cut that runner off at home because they're already trailing 2-1. Brick is.
Christian Suarez 0 for 1. He flat out the left back in the first. Pitch stays high, 1-0.
Okay, try to start him off with a slider there that just didn't come over the top. Yeah, Suarez lined out to left to Goodfellow, made a nice play in shallow left center. And now he's kind of playing him straight away, as opposed to where he was earlier, shallow towards left center.
In there, called strike, 1-1.
Now, that was a nice slider right there.
We're nearby Lakewood Airport, so we see a little plane going by.
Yeah, like old Shea Stadium.
Mini Shea Stadium with Mini LaGuardia, right?
Mini Shea, yeah.
Swing on this, strike 2.
All right, you got Yankee Stadium. We got the subway back there. You got the planes flying overhead.
Yeah.
And last year at MetLife, you had the planes flying overhead with nasty messages to the ownership. So
we've seen that before.
yeah, a lot of planes over our local ballparks right now.
Blocked there by Cavanaugh, 2-2. Two. Popped up. Foul territory. Let's see if Majors has a play. Looks like he does. He does. And makes the catch. 2 away. Big out there.
Very big out. And Majors, he was dancing around the base runner, the third base coach. He was But he had plenty of time. That ball was like a major league pop-up, and he settled under it for the second out.
So John Catania stepping in. He's 0 for 1. He flat out the left back in the first. Time call looks like a ball got away in the bullpen, so you have to pick it up.
Yeah, coach is taking his time. Tell you, Zach Martin is working hard. If he can get out of this with only 2 runs through the second inning, he would have done a yeoman's work here, that's for sure. This is a big spot right now for Brick.
Ooh. Gets by catcher Kavanaugh. Wild pitch, obviously. Scoring there on the play is Austin Hart's now 3-1. I think the ball just slid off his fingers there.
Yeah, it's hard to tell, right? It looked like he tried to come over the top hard with that slider, and like you said, it just probably just fired off. I mean, it's tough, right? It's cool, so you're not going to have that tackiness, when it's nice and humid. And that's sort of what happened, right? He just didn't get over the top on it, and that's what happened.
3-1 now for Wall. Called strike 1-1.
Painted that one on the outside corner, and it's a shame for Martin. He's a few pitches away from possibly getting out of this jam, and unfortunately he just served up that wild pitch that extends the lead for Wall at 3-1.
Another one, good block there by Kavanaugh.
Yeah, we're talking about he's working hard. I mean, we don't have a pitch count up here, but he's got to be he's got to be well over probably 40, 50 pitches, I would think, in these first 2 innings, and he's working really hard. I don't think they have a pitch counter up here, right?
Yeah, unless the PA's guys keeping track. I think they usually do. I can always ask in between innings.
Yeah, I'm curious because he's really he's getting them up there.
Another one low. 3-1 now on Catania.
Yeah, Catania hit that deep fly ball to left field that Goodfellow settled under. So I think Martin's being a little careful here with the couple of bases open.
And that one stays inside for ball 4. So another walk given up there by Martin. I think he's sort of getting away from his fastball.
Yeah, now he's calling out the catcher, and I'm wondering if the manager for Brick could just give him a blow, and but he's getting it right now with the catcher. But like you said, he seems just who knows? He's got to be looks like he might be tiring and stuff, but he's just he's looking into the dugout now.
Yeah, head coach for Brick is Jason Groschel, and for Walls, Jim Roachford.
Yeah, he's grinding really hard here. Now he's got to deal with a first and third situation, even with 2 outs. You expect Catania.
Yeah, Catania. Yeah.
I couldn't get it out of my mouth there. Probably to steal here. Kind of forced Brick to make a move here. They're going to throw through, or they're going to try to, if they do that, they're going to give up the run.
Frank Seuss stepping in. He has that RBI. Oh, throw over to first. Oh, gets by the first baseman, Martucci. Coming in to score now is David Harn. Over to second is Catania. They had him caught dead to rights there.
Had him out of the inning. Catania just kind of sleepwalking over there because he's, this is the old third to first move, right?
Yep.
And then I think the throw was okay. I'm just not sure if Martucci was ready for that. It's weird play all around. But it's an error, I assume, on Martucci.
Yeah, it's a tough call there. I mean, it could be E3. Yeah, Dean's mentioned E3 there.
I think so,
Cold
too.
Strike,
It looks like I don't think it was in the dirt or it wasn't wild. I think he kind of got excited to make the tag because he would have been out, and he probably just dropped the ball. Wow, so the last 2 runs, the wild pitch, and now the error at first base.
Ball in the dirt. Kavanaugh blocks it, but going over to third is Catania. So it'll be a wild pitch. Kavanaugh's already had a game's worth of blocking pitches here, and we're in the second inning.
You're not kidding. I mean, he really is doing just incredible work down there. I mean, the only thing that's getting by him are the wild pitches that are way up over the batter's head.
Fly ball in the left. Looks like Goodfellow will settle under it. and makes the catch, and that will do it for the inning. However, Wall scores 3 runs on 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 left. So 1.5 innings complete here at ShoreTown Ballpark. It is Wall 3, Brick Township 1. We'll take a timeout. 4-1. We'll take a timeout here on the Lighthouse Sports Network. All right, we're back. As Wall leads it 4-1. I got to put the error there for Brick on the score sheet, so I'll do that after this.
Yeah.
During this inning, but yeah, I talked at the public address. 51 pitches for Martin, so that's a lot.
We knew he was getting up there, and he was so close to getting out of that inning. There wasn't much there. Like you said, 1 hit in the inning, but 3 runs. Kind of some sloppy ball there, and they're going to be upset that they didn't cash in on their bottom of their first inning. They had a chance with runners on second and third with no outs and could not push another run across. That was 1-1 after 1, but now that 3-run top of the second has put them in a hole.
John Renda steps in, batting .246 in the year. Does have a homer with 5 runs batted in. 1-0 the count. Stays high 2-0.
I was just going to see if Plavier has settled down, and first 2 pitches says no. But let's see.
3-0 now, yeah. I mean, Wall staked them out with a 3-run second inning, so you think Plavier want to, settle down here and limit Brick here in the second.
Yeah, and he's just off the plate. Some of these are not close, Glenn, you know?
There it is, 4-pitch walk. It's the last thing Plavier wanted.
Well, it's crazy now. We've gone through 3 innings of offensive baseball here as we get in the bottom of the second. Each inning is led off with a walk, and each runner has scored. So let's see if the same holds true here as Renda reaches on the base on balls.
So Gavin Major steps in. Yeah, 3 walks already for Plavier, so that's uncharacteristic of him. And here's another pitch that's high and away.
It's one of these things you almost got to tell him, throw at the batter and see if it falls over the plate. He's just not finishing his pitches here. And now it seems to be rushing just a tad.
And that one's low, so 2-0.
You want to be aggressive, right, as a hitter. It's 2-0, but at the same time, he's thrown 6 straight balls. You're down 3-1, or 4-1, excuse me, and you might want to take one here.
And that one down the middle. Yeah, it's one of those deals where the batter's going to have to take a pitch here.
You hate it, right? He probably 2-0. I just want to hit this fastball, but it's like it's also, hey, the kid's struggling. You got to wait it out.
So I'm going to strike 2. Two. Stays outside, so a full count now to Majors.
Yeah, and he's only 1 for 18 on the season, so Plavier doesn't want to walk him here.
Yep, there's ball 4, back-to-back walks. I'll bring up Austin Jaycox. Yeah, now another conference.
And I was curious to see what Brick was going to do there. Obviously, with the 3-2 count, you could move the runner and play a little hit and run there, but you're down 3 runs and Plevier is obviously struggling to find a strike zone. So you're like, all right, let's wait it out. And by doing that, hey, now you got first and second. You have Jay Cox up, your 9-hitter, and don't forget you have Heater and Martin, and those are 2 big dogs up there waiting. Do you take a pitch here? Do you put the bunt down?
I think they're going to sacrifice it.
Yeah.
That's my guess, but we'll see.
Right. Although, do you do one of these? You go, well, heck with it. I'm just going to wait out and see if you can throw a strike first.
Well, that too.
And then do that. I mean, so it's kind of strange too. Do you bunt second and third, and even if you get the single, it's only 4-3, but it's so early. You put those 2 runners in scoring position with Heater and Martin coming up. It's probably not a bad play, and it looks like Wall is actually thinking along the lines with us that he might be bunting.
Yeah, it's in there called strike.
Now that might have been a take. Let's see. Let's see if he squares now, trying to shock him a little bit here. It looked like he was taking all the way. He didn't even move on the pitch, really.
Here it comes. There's bunt foul. Does he still have this sacrifice in play here with 2 strikes? That's a good question.
Yeah, I mean, he's 0 for 11 on the season, the senior, Jay Cox, but it's tough to ask a kid to put down the bunt with 2 strikes on you,
Oh, gets by the catcher there. Hagen going over to third is Renda. So, boy, that should have been handled. You give him pass ball or wild pitch.
I think I'm going pass ball if I'm scoring, just because, like you said, it hit the glove. And I think it wouldn't have been a pass ball, but the runner, John Renda, got such a jump. I was looking beyond the catcher, Haig, and he had that easily. He probably could have stolen it even if he caught it. He really had a great jump there.
So I'm going to struck him out. Much needed out there for Plevier, 1 away.
And unfortunately for Jay Cox, he obviously chased there out of the zone. He's been wild up and away, but with 2 strikes, he was trying to protect, and you get that. But going back to the play where Render got to third, Majors stayed put, but that made sense. The ball just kind of trickled away, and he had to stay put.
And I'll bring up Braden Heater, who walked and scored in the first. That one hangs up and away, ball 1.
Big spot here. Looks like they're straight away. Looks like they're still a little shallow for Heater.
Ground ball to short. Har. Toss over to second. Struble to first. Well, now they could call him out on exchange.
Oh.
No. Did they?
They
didn't.
And this is not the major leagues. I mean, this is not the.
They did call him on the.
I would not be happy with that if I was the Brick manager right now. I just don't see that. I think he tried. Yeah, he tried to do the exchange, but he didn't have the ball.
No.
Oh man.
Run does score. RBI fielder's choice there for Heater as Renda scores. It's now 4-2. That'll bring up Zach Martin, who walked. Fouled away.
Glenn, it's interesting. Like, he went with the exchange call. I mean, it's one of those things. I mean, to me, it looked pretty obvious. He dropped the ball. He just took his eye off it, tried to, grab it and throw. But you got to hold on to that ball. And, the major leagues used to call that a lot. And then now the replays has made them know you got to hold on to that baseball. And I thought Heater was a little over anxious, right? I believe he just kind of flicked his bat at it like it was a 2-strike approach, and he really didn't have to,
Popped up. It's going to be fouled to the right as it reaches the seats. 2-1.
It's tough to get a read on the lefty, but let's see if Heater can try to steal a bag here, get in scoring position for his pitcher, Martin. They've cut into the lead here, 4-2. They're trailing. They'd like to get this guy over to second base with 2 outs and come up with a clutch 2-out hit to get into that lead a little more.
Fly ball to right, and it's going to be out of play. Double check that. They took the count on. Now they're putting the count on. I think it's 2-2, or is it 1-2? Now I got to double check. Should be 2 outs. They didn't put.
No, you're right. Oh, now they're waking up.
Yeah.
I see a strike go up there. Definitely. Yeah, we definitely got 2 outs. Yep.
1-2, I think. Okay. Up and away, 2-2.
It's amazing how many pitchers have been that same exact pitch. It has to be a dozen or so.
Two coming. Grounder foul towards the Brook dugout. Heater first. Hasn't shown any indication he's stealing second, but we'll see. Just with the lefty Plavier. Outside, so full count. There's that same pitch again. He's just not hitting that outside corner. So actually, Heater will be off after this pitch here. Inside corner, strike 3 call, and that will do it for Brick. They do score another run on no hits, no errors, and 1 left. So 2 innings complete here at ShoreTown Ballpark. It is Wall 4 and Brick 2. We'll take a timeout here on the Lighthouse Sports Network. All right, we're back as Wall leads it 4-2. And due up for Wall will be Will Haig, Shane Ludwig, and Jack Murphy. So Will Haig steps in. He walked back in the first inning. Foul ball, 0-1.
You know, Brick is going to – they've kind of basically shot themselves in the foot the last 2 innings. One on defense, but then they've left runners on, and they had their big hitters up. They could actually be leading this game and find themselves trailing 4-2.
Yeah, that first inning really.
Yeah, second,
offensively,
third, no out, yeah. And even this last inning with Heater and Martin coming up, that that controversy play, then they didn't get the luck there, and then you think about Wall when they had the little bleeder over the second baseman's head. So it's funny, it's like good records here versus bad records. You don't want to say good team, bad team type of thing, but sometimes that's what happens, right? We got what's going on now here.
The umpires. No.
Oh, the catcher on the, yep.
Yeah, Taylor Kavanaugh doing yeoman's work today.
Yeah, he really is. And Blue gave him a blow, that's for sure. Just kind of let him get his his breath here.
Yeah. No, Jason Grosso, I think that's the head coach there for Brick. Now he's.
Oh, now maybe the ump wants to have the catcher checked out for a medical.
Oh, you're right. There's a trainer.
Yeah, or maybe it's more of a. Looks like he's looking at his hand.
Yes, right hand.
Okay. So I wonder if that was the umpire that did that, or.
Wow. Maybe he's bleeding. I don't know. Yeah, I guess they're trying to tape him up.
And well, like you said, I mean, he's been dealing with a lot of pitches in the dirt, and it's just one of them finally got to him. And this game has come to a crawl here.
Yes.
We were just saying it in the break. I mean, we're an hour in. We're 2 innings in. That's not a great pace, gentlemen.
It is not. Especially when both pitchers have been yielding walks.
Especially when your color guy here hasn't eaten.
You get cranky, don't you?
I do get a little cranky. A little cranky. Yeah, I got to check out what the Shore Ballpark has for food.
Yeah, they got a concession stand right to the left.
Yeah.
It stays up and in there.
Well, we got Dean outside in the camera. Maybe he could find a hot dog guy and a little mustard sauerkraut. Be fine, Dean.
I don't think get a vendor here. So I'm going to miss strike 2, 2-2.
Or what about the guy shooting him up here? The gun.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I'll take that. I'll open up this window here.
Foul to the right. Count remains 2-2.
So my son was he graduated from West Virginia. He actually interned for all the 3 major sports, baseball, basketball, football, and he used to do that gun with the T-shirts and stuff. He said he loved it. He was just aiming for people and just shooting the shirt. A lot of fun.
Stays inside 3-2. Yeah, Mountaineer baseball team doing pretty good right now.
Yeah, they've had a couple of good seasons. We caught a game, I believe it was last year. We went out there, and beautiful facility.
Yeah, well, they had to once they got into the Big 12.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So we're going to struck him out. Good pitch there from Martin.
It really was. 3-2, pulled the string on him and way out in front, and that was a heck of a pitch.
Yeah, they play 11 o'clock tonight
go.
in Arizona against Arizona State.
You're into it. You're into it more than I would know. Yeah, I didn't even know that. Yeah.
They're in the Big 12 semis. And their potential to have a host this regional.
Yeah, how about that?
Yeah.
That's Virginia baseball.
Shane Ludwig steps in because my father went there too.
Oh, okay. I wasn't aware.
Yeah,
there you go.
yeah.
All right. So you got Mountaineer in your blood.
Yeah, absolutely. Ball 1. Ludwig struck out looking back in the first. Inside 1-1. But yeah, it's a good baseball facility there.
Yeah, it really is, and it's in obviously it's in the mountains there, and they're just awesome scenery, and the football stadium, the whole complex is really cool.
Called strike 1 and 2.
He's starting to drop in that slider for these these hitters are coming the second time around, and he's catching them off guard.
Inside. So count evens up at 2. Well, they got 3 and 1. It should be 2 and 2, right?
I believe so. And we're getting challenged here because we're relying on the scoreboard.
Yeah.
And you look up if you're not,
Well, they had a scoreboard malfunction in the previous inning, so we'll double check.
Yeah.
On it.
So now we got to be laser focused here on the pitches each one. There we go.
No, it was 3 and 1. Okay.
There you go.
So ball 4.
Well, go figure. Another walk.
Yep. I'll bring up Jack Murphy, who walked and scored back in the Second inning. I was thinking Jack Murphy Stadium in San Diego.
Yes, yes. The old Jack Murphy Stadium.
Called strike 0-1.
I don't know about you, but I can't keep. I don't think I can name any stadiums anymore.
Oh, because of the corporate names.
Oh,
You're like they change them every other year.
Yeah, what a shame. That was great when you were kids. You just knew all the stadiums, you knew all that stuff, and it's like I have no idea. You do like the classics, the Yankee Stadium, Dodger Stadium, Fenway, Wrigley, all those good. They hopefully won't change, but some of these ballparks, wow.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you the White Sox Stadium name
Yeah,
now.
I agree. Yeah, you start going around, you're like, wait a minute.
Used to be Comiskey,
Oh yeah.
Oh,
with the pinwheels.
Yep, gets by Kavanaugh. That's right. Now over to second. Now on the wild pitch is Ludwig.
I like that. You always find a player like Ludwig.
1-2 the count now.
All right, we need some crisp ball here. Let's go. Come on, kids.
Another one low and away there. 2-2.
How many walks you have here for Martin? I got 1, 2, 3, 4.
Is it 5? I think it's 5.
I think I might even have 6.
6.
Yeah.
I think it's 6.
Wow. 2 1/3, yeah.
Now when it bounced in front of Kavanaugh, throw over to third. And sliding awkwardly there is Ludwig. That's going to be a wild pitch again, full count now.
And you know what's crazy? Kavanaugh thought that the ball was so high in the air that he had no chance. If he comes up firing, he probably has Ludwig.
Yeah.
Because even when he threw down there, it was almost a bang play. But I mean, I think Kavanaugh's getting beat up a little bit. He's just trying to keep the ball in front.
Payoff pitch. Pounded foul. Brick playing in. But, yeah, I mean, that wild pitch, the ball went sky high.
Yeah. And then I don't know. And Ludwig, like, he got a weird jump there. And like you said, he had an awkward slide. The whole play was kind of off. Yeah, Brick's doing the right thing. I mean, they have to cut this run off, especially with one out here. And here we go. I think Brick's getting the bullpen going.
Popped up in foul territory. Martucci sees that one going to seats.
That's a legitimate run, especially when you got the infield in to go back behind a tarp and try to get that foul ball. But luckily for Jack Murphy, it went into the seats. There seems to be a lot of interaction between the head coach, Jason Groschel, and the umpire. It seems like they're having like a conversation every batter.
Another payoff pitch coming from Martin. And it's in the dirt again for ball 4. So 7 walks. So let's see if Groschel's going to make a pitching change because the pitch count is up. We said 51 pitchers coming into the inning here.
Yeah, now he's going to go.
Yeah, here he comes.
Give him a blow. I don't know if we can't tell which pitcher is warming up down there, but he just got started, and I don't think he's had enough time. And he's actually not throwing right now, but this could be just a delay for a little bit to get him warmed up a little bit more. But
let's see, he was warmed up from the last inning, but
yeah,
that's going to be it.
That's it.
Yep. So let's see who's going to come in now. Yeah, we're going to call somebody from the bullpen, or let's see. Yep. Let's see who it's going to be.
You know, Martin, he came out with that fastball. He looked like he was throwing pretty darn good. You know, lost the zone a little bit. You know, he only gave up 2 hits so far, but he's given up the 4 runs. A lot of couple of errors here and there. It's just the walks will kill you. Just
Yes.
kill you. And it's a shame, right? It slows down the game. It kills your defense a little bit because they start, kind of shutting down, and it's just a tough go. Got to throw strikes.
It's like Martin's going to stay in the game. I don't know what position he's going to play. We'll have to take a look. I think is that number 3 for Brick? That would be Joseph Lohmeyer.
Yeah, number 3, the junior.
Yep.
He's got a 5 ERA. Looks like an 0-1 record, 14 innings pitched, 11 hits, 12 runs, 10 walks, and 7 strikeouts on the season. So Brick is hoping that Lohmeyer will kind of stem the tide here and get them through this inning so they can get back on offense and see if they can get after Plavier. So both starting pitchers struggling, and Plavier coming in with a 1.79, and he's already given up 2, and I believe they're both earned, if I'm not mistaken.
Let's see.
Right? There's no errors there, yeah. So, that's a struggle.
Yeah, that's right. You mentioned he 3 walks already in 2 innings for
and it seems
Plavier.
and it seems like he's actually been even off more than that. It seems like, but he's made some big pitches. Obviously, the last inning, he kind of got Martin tied up on that 3-2 pitch, and he struck him out swinging or struck him out looking to end the inning.
So it looks like Martin might be playing second now. Let's see.
Yeah, I think you're spot on there. Yeah, Ortega was in there, and now it looks like they might have just swapped him out. Because Ortega was really just a defensive player. He was not in the lineup, so kind of makes sense there if you're going to keep Martin's bat in the lineup.
Since that's Austin Haar, who singled and scored in the second.
Haar had one of the 2 hits with the RBI, I believe. Yep.
Fouled towards us. Dean, get it. Oh!
So Dean is just to our left outside with the camera, and it basically rattled around the guardrail there.
Yes.
And I'm telling you, if Dean was not manning that camera, he probably had a shot for it. Oh, man.
Here goes the runner. Called strike over to second. Safe. Stolen base there for Murphy.
Wow, I think Murphy got caught thinking they're not going to throw through. It's first and third.
Well, that was a close play. I thought he was going to be out. But
I do too, and it forces now Brick to bring the infield in again. I'm still excited about Dean's opportunity there. I mean, that was
I think that was the heart pumping a little bit there.
I mean, we were talking about it before the game. We're way back here. We got to go over the net. We're probably in the the second deck of the stadium here, and that thing was perfectly timed. Man, that was. Thank God it didn't hit the camera.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you can hear us, with the big wow.
On to the count. Swinging struck him out. Good pitch there from Lohmeyer. 2-way, and now it'll bring up David Haar.
So Lohmeyer comes in and just rips the fastball down the middle and gets a key second out. And if he can get out of this, we're only in the top of the third. Plenty of time for Brick to get back in this. We're down. They're only down 4-2. But this is a big spot right here.
Number 9 hitter, Haar, who walked and scored in the second. Pitch low, 0-1. 1-0.
Obviously, with the 2 outs, the infield can head back towards the grass there and knock it down and try to get that last out at first base and get that 3rd out.
Popped up. This is going to be playable. Martucci under it in foul territory and makes the catch. So that will do it for Wall. No runs on no hits, no errors, and 2 left. 2.5 innings complete here at ShoreTown Ballpark. It is Wall 4 and Brick Township 2. Take another timeout here on the Lighthouse Sports Network. All right, we're back as Wall leads at 4-2. Due up for Brick will be 3, 4, and 5 to batting order. James Donahue, Taylor Cavanaugh, and Matthew Goodfellow.
Yeah, go back to the top of the inning there. Lohmeyer comes in and gets out of that jam with the strikeout and the pop-up and coming in, throwing hard and throwing strikes and helping his team out.
Line drive to left. Tonio under it, makes the catch, 1 away. So 1 pitch, 1 away. That'll bring up Taylor Cavanaugh. Yeah, Donahue was 1 for 1. He had that RBI double in the first. Now brings up Cavanaugh. 0 for 1. He popped out to short back in the first.
Yeah, we've had a few balls hit on the screws just like that one, but baseball's a funny game. I mean, that goes either way. Probably 10, 20 feet to the the side of the Cantanio, and that's probably a double.
Called strike. 0-1. Fly ball. Shallow left. Looks like shortstop Austin Har makes the call and makes the catch. 2 away, and that'll bring up Matthew Goodfellow, who struck out looking back in the first.
Yeah, it looked like Plavier kind of pulled the string there, and Cavanaugh was definitely out in front, just popped it up to Har at short. And are we looking at maybe a quick inning here?
Yeah, 1, 2, 3. How about that?
Oh, man.
Line drive to left. Tonio makes the catch, and look at that.
Look at that.
That'll do it. A 1, 2, 3 inning here in the bottom of the third. So 3 innings complete here at ShoreTown Ballpark. Score is still 4-2 in favor of Wall. We'll take another timeout here on Lighthouse Sports on the Garden State Athletic Network. All right, we're going to head to the top of the fourth with the score Wall 4 and Brook Township 2. Top of the order here for Wall. It'll be Cannon Struble, followed by, well, we're going to see who's, Cameron, and then followed by, Christian Suarez, and then John Catania. I was thinking of the Brick lineup where Martin's still going to bat, but, they'll still keep their lineup the same even though Martin's playing second base. Ground ball to short. Heater to first, one away.
Wow, one pitch, one out.
Yeah, we were just commenting. Was it about five? I think it was 5 pitches in the last inning.
We're moving along. Lohmeyer's trying to beat that here. By the way, that was number 3, Glenn, and I'm looking on the roster for a Wall. I do not see a number 3 unless.
Let's see.
That was the number 3 who grounded out. So we.
All right. Boy, let me check my phone here.
Right.
Because I did put the okay. Now, so we got number 9 now for Wall. So we got to figure that out.
Making some subs here.
Yep. So number 9 is Luke Dana. We got an 0-1 count here. Popped up. Now it's going to go behind the backstop and out of play. So quickly 0-2.
I mean, they are trying Dean out. I mean,
yeah.
That was as close, a little bit, in front, but our first movement was, it's come back. Yeah, I don't have a number 3, so that's
Jackson Seuss.
There you go.
There you go. Foul ball.
Jackson Seuss.
Yes.
Oh, so there you go. He came into the season 294. Got him here as. No, they have Jackson. This is crazy. They have Jackson Seuss on my thing as number 13.
Okay. Yeah, I as I said, I took a picture of the Wall lineup, so they got the updated roster.
There you go. Sorry, we just want to give credit for who's up there.
Absolutely.
This is their moment, so I just wanted to chip in there and make sure the kid got credit.
Yeah, and both coaches mentioned you're going to see some substitutions here in this game.
Yep. Makes sense. We talked about it at the top.
Ground ball over to Lohmeyer. 2 away.
So Lohmeyer's come in and really settled down this Brick team. 4 up, 4 down for him so far, so he's off to a good start. And all of a sudden we have a little bit of a kind of a wild start settling into a pitcher's duel here, right?
Yes, and then I'll bring up John Catania, who we think it's Catania. Yeah, still 14 there. Okay.
There we go.
He's 0 for 1. He flied out the left back in the first and walked in the second. Foul tipped into the glove, strike 1.
Yeah, Catania, 3-year player, 326 career average, having a heck of a career, 308 this year, coming into this ball game and sitting there in that 3-hole.
1-1.
Straightaway and deep for Catania.
Outside, 2-1.
Looks like Lohmeyer's trying to be a little careful here to him, Got nobody on, and you got 2 outs, and there's no reason to serve up anything for him to get a hold of.
Pitch stays high now, 3-1.
But then again, we know the walks have really been just causing great pain for both teams.
Nope. It's up and in, ball 4.
Well, the walk bug is back.
Yes.
I believe that is the 8th walk for Brick pitching. So they're actually fortunate enough to be only down 4-2 when you have 8 walks in little under 4 innings.
I'll bring up Frank Seuss. Seuss had an RBI single in the first and flied out the left in the second. Yes. Catania will go to second on the wild pitch, but swinging there was Frank Seuss, so it's 0-1. He did go around.
Yeah, Taylor Kavanaugh, he's gonna need a bath or a hot tub or something to get all these welts off of him. But he's doing a great job. He really, really is.
Another one blocked there by Kavanaugh. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, he is something else. Well, no pitcher on this Brick staff can say they don't trust Kavanaugh with a ball in the dirt because he's doing a heck of a job back there. Moving his feet, getting squared in center, and just keeping everything in front.
No run blocked there by Kavanaugh. 3-1. Yep, it should be 3-1 or 2-1. Excuse me.
Oh, he's it looks like 2-1. Yeah, the umpire just put up his hands and
Okay.
There we go. It goes up on the board. So everybody needs a fast-paced baseball game, right?
Yes.
You kind of get lulled, and that's what happens to your defense. Defense kind of falls asleep a little bit when you got all these pitches out of the strike zone, man.
No run blocked by Kavanaugh. 3-1.
He already got dinged up. He's looking at his hand again. He's just like, somebody help me out over here. And Lomar out of nowhere, either he's pitching around these two hitters here because he was just throwing strike after strike.
Yeah, he was throwing strikes. You're right.
Or he just lost it.
Martin playing behind the bag at second. And now it stays outside ball 4.
Yeah, he was definitely being careful with the big power hitter, Frank Seuss. And but now he's painting himself in a little bit of a pickle here where it's first and second, 2 outs. You got to force it in any bag. So, hey, to knock it down, just get the closest runner. But they could use a quick inning, and they were almost there.
Yes. Will Haig steps in. He walked in the first, struck out swinging in the third. 1 for 2. Excuse me, 0 for 1. Fly ball to center. Renda under it. Makes the catch, and that'll do it for the inning. So no runs on no hits, no errors, and 2 left. So 3.5 innings complete here at ShoreTown Ballpark in Lakewood. It is Wall 4 and Brick Township 2. Take a timeout here. You're watching Lighthouse Sports on the NFHS Network and the Garden State Athletic Network. All right, we're back. We're going to head to the bottom of the 4th, 4-2 in favor of Wall. Due up for the Green Dragons will be the 6, 7, 8 hitters in the batting order. Joe Martucci, John Renda, and Gavin Majors. Bring up Martucci, flied out to left back in the first inning. Pitch is low, 1-0.
You know, we talked about Brick, missing on that opportunity in the first inning, but Wall Township, 7 men left on base through 4 innings, so they're, not getting that key 2-out hit either to break this thing open.
Swinging a strike one. Yeah, I mean, number of runs were either on wild pitches or I know they had the big hit there back in the first by Frank Seuss.
Yep.
But, they had wild pitches and walks and everything like that.
Yeah.
Popped up. Looks like Austin Haar, the shortstop, is under it. 1 away.
Well, I can see why Plavier has that ERA under 2. I mean, he's a pitcher, and when he's throwing strikes like this and changing speeds, I mean, that one again, he pulled the string again, and you're seeing these little out-in-front pop-ups, and kudos to him because that's tough pitching right there, and just if you're not sitting on that pitch, that is a tough pitch to hit.
John Redna steps in. He walked and scored back in the second. Bunted. Good bunt there. Coming in as Ludwig, and you will have no play.
How about that? You just don't see that anymore, It's just beautiful bunt. The surprise, if you will, too. He kind of got his hands out there late and put it down third base, and just no shot.
Gavin Major steps in. He walked back in the second. Let's see if Rendell will do something on the base paths here. Ground ball to short. Austin Haar flip over to second for one. Struble to first. Double play. 6-4-3. So that will do it for the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left. So 4 innings complete here at ShoreTown Ballpark. The score is still Wall Township 4, Brick Township 2. We'll take another timeout here on the Lighthouse Sports Network. All right, we're back. We're going to start the top of the fifth as the Crimson Knights lead at 4-2. Due up for Wall will be Shane Ludwig, Jack Murphy, and Austin Haar.
They made a substitution here. Glenn.
You might be right.
Yeah, I think I heard the PA guy. That might have been Chris Knight. Am I right on that one?
Let's see.
It's hard to see if it's number 1 there.
Chris Knight, you're right.
All right, there we go.
There you go.
My ears are working.
1-1 to count. Knight batting .312 on the year. Must have 10 runs batted in.
He's a nice reserve to bring in off the bench. 2-year player for them so far, hitting .328 in his career. with 20 RBIs, 20 walks, 11 stolen bases, so big contributor to the Crimson Knights.
2-2 the count. Fly ball to center. Renda under it. Makes the catch, 1 away.
Hey, Lohmeyer's coming to this ball game and really giving the Dragons a chance here. He's moving through this order pretty quickly, and he's throwing strikes, and defense is playing well behind him. So let's see what happens. I mean, he came in here with a 5-year ERA in 14 innings, but he's looking like a better pitcher than that. That's for sure.
He's keeping brick in this game here. Bring up Jack Murphy, called strike. Murphy, right now, he's walked twice, so.
And a couple of stolen bases as well.
Yes. So I'm going to strike 2. Up and in there.
And Kavanaugh's still, he's chasing everything now, right? He's all over the place. The catcher for a brick.
So I'm going to foul tipped into the glove. Strike 3.
Yeah, a little slider, a curve, and out in front, and Lohmeyer's feeling it. You can tell.
That'll bring up Austin Haar. Singleton scored in the second, struck out swinging in the third. Line drive to left. Goodfellow makes the catch, and that'll do it for the inning. A 1-2-3 inning. So 4.5 innings complete. We'll head to the bottom of the fifth with the score Wall 4, Brick 2. We'll take another timeout here on the Lighthouse Sports Network. All right, we're back as Wall leads it 4-2. Due up for Brick will be 9-1-2 in the batting order. Will be Austin Jaycox, followed by Braden Heater, and then Zach Martin. Actually, it's going to be, it's Wilmeyer now, okay.
Yeah, they snuck, obviously he came in as the relief pitcher, and that's where he's in the batting order. That's where they got him in there. Yep. You're kind of on your own up here when that stuff goes on, right? These substitutions, so. Well, he's pitching really well. Let's see if he can hit really well.
So I'm going to strike 2.
Well, we talked about Plavier. Had to get him in the first inning, right? And he also struggled in the second, but now he's really settled down.
Outside 2-2. full count.
Blavier, yeah, he retired 7 in a row, spanning from the second through into the fourth. The bunt single by Renda, and then the 6-4-3 next pitch. So he's really settled down.
That one pounded foul towards the brick dugout.
And it isn't amazing. His pace right now has quickened in the sense where getting the ball, just firing, there's no indecision because he's confident. He's throwing strikes, and it's just he's not thinking about it now. You can tell.
Inside corner, strike 3. Good pitch there from Blavier, 1 away. Shore Conference Baseball Championship is, I think, it's this Sunday. 7 o'clock start, weather permitting, of course. But I think it depends if it's going to be wet ground or not. The rain's supposed to be out of here by Sunday night, but, I mean, tomorrow and Sunday, I mean, it's going to be a deluge here.
Yeah, it's not good timing if you're a Jersey Shore or a beach fan or an outdoor fan.
Yeah.
We've had enough bad weather during the winter that we deserve the better weather, but hey, man, it's what it is.
Brayton Heater steps in. He walked and scored in the first, had an RBI fielder's choice in the second. It's Rumson against CBA Sunday night. Ground ball to short. Har with it over the first 2 away. Stepping in will be Zach Martin. Martin 0 for 1. He walked in the first and struck out looking in the second. So I'm going to strike 1.
For a lot of action in this ball game, we're almost through 5. We have 4 total hits, 2 by each team.
Yes.
It's kind of shocking when you look up there and look at your scorebook here and there's nothing really going on, but there is.
Popped up. Looks like it's going to be out of play, yes. 0-2. Obviously, the walks are the factor.
Yeah, the walks, the wild pitches, a couple of errors, the stolen bases. Yeah, there's a lot of things going on.
Even had a balk, but that didn't.
There you go. Yeah. And we did.
0-2. Swinging struck him out. So 1-2-3 inning here. So that'll do it in the 5th inning. Zeros across. Score at the end of 5. It is Wall 4 and Brick Township 2. We'll take another timeout. You're watching Lighthouse Sports on the Garden State Athletic Network. All right, we're back as Wall still leads at 4-2 here in the top of the 6th now. Due up, it'll be 9-1-2 in the batting order. David Har. And then followed by Cannon Struble and then Christian Suarez. But we'll see if there's any pinch hitters, like maybe Har still batting, okay?
We're talking about the pace of the play. The first, I believe, the first
2.5 innings.
Yeah, 2.5 innings. I mean, it was easily over an hour play and close to an hour and a half, and now here we are. We've really settled in.
Low and in as Har had the tap dance out of the way there.
I mean, the game has turned into a pitcher's duel between Lohmeyer and Plavier, who has started the game, has gone the distance so far.
2-0. Give Wilmeyer credit because he came into a sticky situation where he had to throw strikes, and he's settled in nicely.
Yeah, it certainly has.
It's in there for a strike.
Wall comes in 17-7. They won 9 of the last 10, red hot. Talked about Brick with their 2-game, little winning streak, and if they can do something here in these late innings.
Comebacker there to Lohmeyer, 1 away.
They can do something here in the late innings. They can, take that momentum into the states, and you said they were the 14th seed, so.
Yep.
And again, going against Brick Memorial, right?
The rivalry game,
yeah, So listen, that means nothing. Throw that out the window, and so they're playing decent ball here. They had a little bit of a falter in with the walks and whatnot, but they're right in this game right now.
Jackson Seuss is going to step in. 0 for 1. He grounded out to short back in the 4th inning. 1-0 the count. Up and in.
So Lohmeyer, besides the walks to Cantanio and Frank Seuss back-to-back in the 4th, I believe he has 9 straight outs. So he really has kept Brick in the ball game, and now it's just a matter of can they strike fire in the late innings here, 6 and 7. They walk away with maybe a little walk-off win here for them.
Popped up. Shortstop Heater under it. 2 away.
These are some major league pop-ups.
That was.
Wonder if any of the Brick coaches can hit a fungo like that to help out Heater as he's had to settle under that. That's not normal. You got the wind blowing in on you. You got the lights just kind of trying to take here. So he made it look easy, though.
Yep. Luke Dana steps in. He's 0 for 1 and grounded out to the pitcher back in the 4th. Called strike.
Ooh, that was
yeah, I thought it was a little low, but he called
a little low and off the plate, a little generous there. But we talked about it. Lohmeyer's pumping the strike zone, so Blue's into it. He's like, let's go. There's another one.
Quickly 0-2 there on Dana. Outside.
I like that spot, though. 0-2. Dana didn't pull the trigger, and he's trying to make him chase there, and that's good pitching by Lohmeyer right there.
Yep. Cavanaugh tried to frame it, but we knew it was outside.
Yep.
Fly ball to left. Goodfellow going back. Oh, he dropped it. He had a beat on it. And going over to second is Dana, so probably going to call. Probably should have caught it, but I'm probably going to give him a hit.
Yeah, the thing was smoked, and I'm not sure that's Goodfellow anymore. I feel like Goodfellow, it's hard to see who that is.
Yeah,
Didn't look like he was moving like Goodfellow, but
let's see if they made a defensive switch here.
Yeah, but in any event, that ball was smoked, and we've had a few of those like that, and the wind might have knocked it down, and he hit his glove, but just fell to the turf, and like you said, it gave him an error.
They gave him an error. Okay, so E7.
That is a tough one, but I kind of get it. It was in his glove. He made the play. It's crazy. If he doesn't have the speed there, it wouldn't have been an error. It would have been over his head for a triple.
Called strike there on John Cartanio. Cartanio is 0 for 1. He flied out to the left in the 1st, and then walked twice in the 2nd and the 4th. Blocked there.
So Lohmeyer had Dana 0-2, ready to get out of this, this inning. Throws the pitch off the plate. Dana smacks that one to left, and now you got to get out of the inning right here with your 3-hitter trying to keep this thing at 4-2. So all of a sudden he's got a big pitch here.
1-1 to Cattaneo. Nubbed at the plate, 1-2.
Listen, he's pitching from ahead here. He could do anything right now. So you got Catania, who's a good hitter. Maybe he tries to expand the strike zone, maybe throw something off the plate, something in the dirt, because you know Kavanaugh's going to knock it down. So he's got some options here, especially 1-2. He's even got an open base if he really doesn't want to deal with him. But then you got to deal with Sousa, the power hitter in the 4-hole there. So let's see how this plays out by Lomar. Let's see what he's got in his bag of tricks.
That one high, 2-2.
Tried the slider, just didn't get on top of it, and Catania did a nice job recognizing that right out of the hand, and he kind of just spit on that one. And he does have the right side wide open, as the second baseman's got to cover over for Dana there.
2-2 coming. Fly ball to left, and that'll be out of play.
All right, we got a big pitch set up right now. Top of the 6, 4-2. Got a 2-2 pitch here. This is going to be key.
Popped up in the infield. Heater makes the catch, and that will do it for the inning. No runs, no hits, 1 error, and 1 left. 5 out of innings complete here at ShoreTown Ballpark. It is still 4-2 in favor of Wall here on the Lighthouse Sports Network. All right, we're back 4-2 in favor of Wall. It'll be 3, 4, and 5 the batting order for the Green Dragons. James Donahue, followed by Taylor Cavanaugh, and then Matthew Goodfellow. Called strike to Donahue. Yeah, we think Rendo was playing left at the time on that error.
Plavier just keeps pulling the string here.
Yeah, he settled in after those first 2 innings.
I would say so.
Yeah, it's one of these things where you better take advantage of, the pitcher being wild early. And Brick, I just scored 2 runs. They could have scored more.
They really could have.
Especially that first inning.
Yep.
Called strike 3, 1 away. Because they had a second and third with 2 outs at the time.
I think it was second and third.
Excuse me, first and second. Excuse me. It was second and third with nobody out.
Nobody out, correct.
Yes.
Yeah, after they had a run in.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, wow, he was on the ropes.
Yep. And that's going to be a base hit in the left there for Cavanaugh. Gets his first hit of the game. He was over 2 previously, popped out the short twice, but he gets the base hit.
Listen, we got a thing for Cavanaugh, and now he's getting pinch run for, but he deserves that hit. He's been getting hit all night behind the plate, and why not? Line drive single to left center, line drive to left field.
Justin Farris. Justin Farris will be the courtesy runner. So Matt Goodfellow. low for ball one. I wonder if they just switched positions. Goodfellow might have been playing center at the time.
Yep.
So he's 0 for 2, struck out looking the first, flied out the left, back in the third. Called strike 1-1.
I mean, if you're Brick, you're looking to get this runner home any which way you can to, cut it to this lead and make it, a one-run game and maybe do some damage in the seventh,
Now it stays high.
Plevier's velocity has not, fallen off. It really is. He's still bringing it in, but now it seems a couple pitchers are getting back into that other batter's box again.
Swinging a strike 2. Good pitch there from Plevier.
Yeah.
A little slider.
Yeah, or a cutter or something.
Yeah,
because it looked like it was like lowing in. And
the sweeper, as they say, yeah.
Had them all tied up for sure.
On foul towards the wall dugout.
Now the lights are taking effect. It's turning to a night game here for sure.
Yes.
Looks chilly out there as we're in this cozy press box.
I know. Dean's out there in the elements.
Elements.
Ground ball gets by the third baseman Ludwig, but stopping it is hard, but it's going to be an infield hit.
Oh, the old seeing eye hit, right?
Yes.
Just kind of get it. Once it got past the third baseman, you knew they were cooked right there. But if Ludwig can cut that off, I believe that might be. Is that Ludwig still over there at third?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay. Yep. If he cuts that off, he might have a play at second. If not, he's got probably the out at first. So, I mean, big situation when the ball gets by him, and now they got first and second with one out.
Now bring up Joe Martucci. Pitch is low, ball 1. Martucci's 0 for 2. Flied out the left, back in the first, and popped out the short in the fourth. So Brick threatening here in the sixth.
Yeah, they got to take advantage right now.
Swinging us 1-1.
Helping him out right there, right? You're ahead of the count, and you got to just zone something. And he chased at a bad pitch there. That would have been 2-0 with first and second. So let's see.
Ground ball. The second. Struble is only plays the first. As both runners advance. As Farris goes to third, and Goodfellow to second.
That ball was hit so slowly that they were able to stay out of the double play, but also advance the runner. So that's the old productive out. Yes, you don't want to get the second out there, but listen, now you're only a little single anywhere past the infield, and you're going to get 2 runs in and tie this ball game up. So productive out there by Martucci. Now it's up to John Renda, who had the bunt single last time. I mean, does he pull that off?
Yep. Walked and scored in the second, and had that bunt singles you mentioned back in the fourth.
And that kind of broke up the momentum with, Previer, gaining momentum there, that bunt single, but then he got the double play. But here he is. Let's see if he can wiggle out of this here.
Foul tipped into the glove, 0-1.
Looking around the outfield, Glenn, shallow all across.
Yes.
Maybe a little deeper in left, but definitely shallow in center, and definitely shallow in right. So he's going to have trouble poking one in front of these players.
Swing there for Renda there. 0-2.
Yeah, 0-2. Now he's really in the hole. Now he's got to really play defense, and Rier's got anything he wants.
Popped up. Foul territory, and Haig will see that one go into the seats.
I mean, Dino is in action tonight. I mean, he is involved. I mean, again, just shy of him. Not like that first one I hit back here, but I think that's at least the third one. So.
Yep. Dean indicated 3.
Yeah.
Yep, that's the third one.
There you go. I'm keeping track.
That one outside. I don't know if Plevy. I don't know if he on that pitch there. I don't know if it slipped off his hand a little bit, but 1 and 2 is the count.
Might have been one of those things. He really tried to snap one, and it just kind of
fluttered
out. Yeah, exactly. But he really tried to. Let's see if he comes back to the fastball.
Grounded to third, Ludwig. And that'll do it for the inning. Brick threatened, but no runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left. 6 innings complete here at ShoreTown Ballpark. It is still 4-2 in favor of Wall. You're watching Lighthouse Sports on the Garden State Athletic Network. All right, we're back. Wall leads it 4-2. There are the night fever dancers there.
Having a little fun on a Friday night.
Yeah.
That last play where Renda, chopped one to third. I think Ludwig was taking his time. He wanted to show that rifle off. I mean, he just slung that thing over there, and it was a beautiful throw.
So it looks like Pratico's playing center now. Dom Pratico for Brick. So he caught a number. He's number 2. Like I brought the binoculars tonight.
There you go. Yeah, it's tough to see.
Yep. Called strike there to Frank Seuss. Who is 1 for 2.
Yeah, a little slider to start him off.
RBI single back in the first. 1-1.
Playing straight away and deep for the power hitter, Seuss.
Fly ball to left. We think it's Renda in left. He makes the catch. 1 away.
That is a deep poke. That's almost to the warning track. And if it is Renda, which we think it is, I mean, he nice little beat on it. The other one was a little bit harder, the last one where he dropped. But this one, man, I thought that was clearly over his head. And give Renda the credit there. John Renda, that was
it is Renda. Yep.
Heck of a play.
Stepping in now will be Will Haig. Haig is 0 for 2. Walked in the first, struck out swinging the third, and flied out to center in the fourth. Two and 0.
I got Lohmeyer officially right now, 4 innings in, no hits. He's given up those 2 walks. He had the error in Renda we just mentioned, but otherwise that's 4 innings of hitless baseball.
3-0 to count now.
And if he could do it for one more inning, he will give Brick Dragons a shot in the bottom of the 7th for a walk-off win here at ShoreTown Park. But he's got to get these guys out here, the last 2 batters, to turn it over to the offense.
So 4-pitch walk after the first out there.
And I'm back. The mush is back.
So the 9 walks now for, or 10, could be 10, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's 10 walks. But give Lohmeyer credit. He's still throwing strikes. I mean, he hasn't given up a hit and hasn't given up a run.
No, he's been outstanding, and that's something to look forward for them moving into the playoffs. If you got this kid throwing like this, you have a shot.
Chris Knight steps in, is 0 for 1. They flat out the center back in the 5th. Good block there by Kavanaugh. Courtesy runner is Duffy, as we mentioned. Jack Duffy.
Yeah, Lohmeyer, a junior, 14 innings pitched. They're going to look for him next year as a senior to kind of lead the staff.
Back over to first. Duffy gets back.
Yeah, he had a big lead over there. I think Lohmeyer figured he's going. Held him close for now. Let's see what happens.
There goes Duffy. Foul back.
I don't know if that was a classic hit and run or he's just like, hey, it's a beautiful pitch. I'm swinging. And because you got to be careful, right? He hits a line drive at somebody that you're out of the inning here with that double play. Like, figure with a 1-0 pitch there, he would let him go just so see if he can get to second base and get in scoring position. Wall obviously looking to extend the lead, get that insurance run because I don't know where Plavier is on pitch count, but they got the bullpen going for Wall just in case he stumbles in the last inning and Brick puts on a rally. But right now this is key for Brick to hold this thing down at 4-2.
Trying to see who's warming up in the bullpen there. There goes Duffy. High throw over to second. Not in time. Stolen base there for Jack Duffy.
I'm not sure if that was a version of their pitch out, if you will.
Yeah, because
it was like the catcher was already standing up, Kavanaugh, and it was obviously high enough to where, hey, just grab it and throw it, and probably a little better throw has him.
2-1 to count. Fly ball to left. Renda under it. Makes the catch 2 away. Duffy goes back to second.
They have worked out Goodfellow and Renda, and these are not easy little can of corns. I mean, they are moving, and that is not an easy catch when you're running and the lights are going at you. And I tell you, some nice plays out there in left field by the two Brick players.
Looks like Will Hunt will bat for Wall. Hunt batting .281 on the year.
I think I have 6 putouts by the left fielder, including and then you have the error. It should be 7 putouts. I mean, that's a lot of action out there in left field.
Outside corner, strike 1.
Yeah, you think about it. You're a high school player. You got to develop it to be an outfielder. If you're growing up in little league and travel teams and whatnot, you're playing the infield. You're playing the positions that most of the better players play. But when you come to the high school, hey, some of your best players turn out to be outfielders, and of course, all the way into the major leagues.
So I'm going to strike with 2.
But it's difficult when you think about it, right? If you're playing, travel baseball, you get, obviously it starts, hey, the outfield is more important than little league, and obviously all the way through baseball, it's very important. So the outfield is a fun position, and you could do some damage out there on the defense to help your team out for sure.
And there goes the runner Duffy on a low pitch, and he makes it. Probably going to give him a wild pitch on that. I don't think he's going to. He was not running the pitch, so.
Yeah, and I think Kavanaugh, it's the second time I think tonight that he kind of delayed, not anticipating the runner going. The one that popped up straight ahead, he kind of delayed there. And that one as well, I think he was more concerned about controlling the baseball, which makes sense.
Yep.
But Hake took advantage.
That one pitch stays high. Dirt ball read, as they say.
Yeah, there you go.
Should be. Is it 3-2? They have 2 and 2 on
I
the
have 2
board.
and 2 on the board.
Okay,
here.
okay. I
Yep.
might have clicked it once too many here. 2 and 2 the count. Little number to third. Majors in time, and that'll do it for the inning. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left. So we're going to head to the bottom of the 7th with the score, Wall 4 and Brick 2. We'll take a timeout. You're watching Lighthouse Sports on the NFHS and the Garden Athletic Network. All right, we're going to head to the bottom of the 7th with the score Wall 4 and Brick 2.
Yeah, that was not a easy play for Gavin Majors. That ball is cued by the left-hander hitter, kind of spinning all sideways, very slow, right? Obviously, he doesn't make the play. The run's going to come in and score, and he also showed off his arm. And listen, the Brick pitching staff and the defense here late in the game has done everything they can do. They just need to find out some way, somehow, to scratch out 2 runs to tie it and 3 to walk out of here with a big-time win.
Called strike to Derek Billheimer. Billheimer steps in for the first time. 1-1 now.
Looking for Plavier to finish this thing up because there's nobody even up in the bullpen at all.
They did have bullpen activity in the top of the 7th when Wall was batting. So
Yeah, so I guess if he gets in trouble, they can easily spark it back up. But Plavier just looks like he's just on fire right now.
yeah, he settled in. 2 and 2 now.
The key to any rally, you would think, is trying to get that leadoff hitter on, and got to try to work your way on any which way you can.
That one just foul tipped in out of the glove of Haig. That's a little frustrating.
Oh, they had him. Bad news bears. Coach Buttermaker would want Stein to get his shoulder in here, get on base somehow, and maybe that's what we're looking to do here.
2 and 2. Popped up. This might be playable. Suarez not will see that one land on top of the dugout.
Yeah, went back about 10 rows, so if you got the BlueClaws game, you're 10 rows deep, you're getting a souvenir.
Plavier trying to get the complete game here. Reached out. This will be playable this time for Suarez in foul territory, 1 away.
Tell you, Plavier, he is a pitcher. He pulled the string again on a 2-2 pitch, and you're just not looking for that. You're looking dead red. You know, you got to protect against the fastball, and he pulls that string, and there's just nothing you can do. You got everything's out in front. Your weight's out in front. Everything's out in front, and there's really not much you could do except just do that. And you're hoping it's going to go foul, but it just didn't.
Joseph Lohmeyer steps in. Struck out looking back in the 5th.
Now, if Lohmeyer can work his way on, you get to the top with Heater and Martin and Donahue, and maybe you could do some damage.
Outside 2-0.
He's got to be on the take.
They definitely need a runner on base.
Yeah, and I think coaches gave him he wasn't hiding. I think he just gave him take 1.
3-0 now.
You know he's taking now.
Could take 2.
If he's taking, you're taking 2-0, you're taking 3-0. And then, like you said, you might as well take 3-1. You might as well.
Brick needs base runners. Called strike.
Tough right there.
Yeah.
That's the old expanded 3-0, though, right?
Yeah, a little bit. Drive to left. Antonio over his head. He's going to go near to the warning track and stand up double there for Joseph Lohmeyer. How about that?
Well, finally a ball went over a left fielder's head because they've been smacking him. Both teams have been smacking him out the left field, and I guess the wind has been helping, but this one finally eludes Cantanio, and Lohmeyer gets the rally going now. Now it's on. Now you got Heater, you got Martin. Bullpen is still quiet. This is going to be some finish right here.
Rega Brayton Heater walked and scored in the first. RBI fielder's choice in the second, grounded out to short back in the 5th. On Sales high and away. Yeah, if you're Plevier, just concentrate on the hitter right now. That runner at second means nothing.
It really doesn't. Right.
2-0 now. Brick has actually out-hit Wall. 5-2.
Incredible.
Yeah. Line drive. Struble over to first. And over to third is Willmeyer. So
Wow.
that was one of those deals where Struble was going to catch it in the air or not. He picked it off the ground and then threw it to first.
Thing was smoked. And that gets by him. I mean, the right fielder, Har, is playing shallow. That might be a double. At the very least, it's an RBI single. It's 4-3. You got Heater on first with one out. But what a play there by Struble, and that really sets up the game now for Plevier to get out of this thing with a complete game.
Pitch is high, 1-0. Martin 0 for 2. He walked in the first and struck out looking in the second, struck out swinging in the 5th.
Are they getting to him now after that big-time double and that smash right there? Let's see if Martin can keep the big hitting going right now.
Inside corner, strike 1.
Yeah, he didn't like that.
No.
He wanted to tap the helmet, but there's nothing you can do here. Big pitch there, right? 2-0 or 1-1? There you go.
1-1,
I know, yep.
Yep. That's what happened. Yep. Fly ball to center. Murphy has a beat on it and makes the catch, and the game is over. So good effort by Brick, but Wall wins it by a final score 4-2. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left. So it was a competitive game here today.
Yeah, it really was. I mean, both teams came out here at this beautiful facility on a Friday night, Memorial Day weekend, and it started off very sloppy, very slow, just a grinding game, and settled into a good pitching match. And listen, some timely plays, and lo and behold, Wall walks out of here. They've been red hot in 9 of 10. That's now 10 of 11, and they got to be feeling pretty good as the state playoffs come their way.
Wall improves to 18-7, and Brick drops to 7-18. So Plevier gets the win. But, yeah, early on was a little bit of chaos, I guess you can say, in the first 2 innings.
Yeah, without a doubt. And obviously, Plevier was the best player on the field tonight. And you didn't think so in the first inning or two, but he really showed his will. I mean, 1.79 ERA coming in. I don't think it went up too much.
Yeah, and it did not. So Wall 4 runs, 2 hits, no errors, and Brick 2 runs, 5 hits, and 2 errors. So we'll wrap it up from here. We might have some state playoff action, maybe sectional finals and maybe state semifinal. Just keep an eye out on our schedule on the Lighthouse Sports Network. So for videographer Dean Perry and for Greg Cardone, I'm Glenn Perry saying so long and have yourselves a good night, everyone.